Hey, what's going on? Scott Yurgalevicz from Philadelphia Cricket Club. Saw your swing, wanted to take a peek at it. I always appreciate a new golfer jumping on, kind of putting themselves out there. I didn't have that when I was a kid, so I figured, I would help you out because I think it looks like you really are getting into the game. And, you gave me limited information when you posted your swing. It just kind of said, hey, I'm new to golf. Um, I'm going to assume that you probably hit poles or slices based on the path of the golf club. But first off, let's just look at your grip. Let's just evaluate a little bit. Number one, that right hand, that thumb is sitting like way on top of the grip. It almost feels like you're almost pressing the thumb downward into the shaft. Do yourself a favor. Take your right hand, put your thumb and like the palm of your hand together, and just place that a little bit more on top of the lead thumb, just so that the thumb isn't necessarily pushing back down, creating a force on top of the shaft. That's number one. Number two, we need to talk a little bit about what your arms do on the way back. So you've got a pretty good move, but what's happening is you take the club back, you get it up to what would look like the top of your backswing, right about here, and there's no stopping point, right? So you get it up to the top, everything's in a really good position, and then from here, your arms start to rotate, or your left arm will start to, basically roll and get your golf club across the line. So what I mean by across the line for a new guy is when that golf club starts to point back that way. So for a right-handed golfer, if I'm looking out at the target, it almost feels like the club's pointing a little bit out towards like right field or like the right side of the fairway. So you did all this good stuff, and then all of a sudden at the very end, there's a little bit of flex and fold, and the club points in the wrong direction. From there, you're going to have to reroute the golf club. And so what I mean by that is when you come down, because the club got a little twisted at the top, you're going to start to rotate outward going that way. So you're adding some rotation. The more you rotate, the more the club's going to want to move out. But since it was already pointed across the line, your hands are going to move out with it. So they're going to move out here. So if we clear those lines up, I'm going to stop here. So at this point here, your shaft is kind of steep. When I say steep, I mean the shaft is kind of riding through your trail shoulder. Kind of looks like it's intersecting your trail shoulder here. The more it intersects, say, your neck, the steeper it is. So yours is kind of trail shoulder. It's steep, and you're going to continue to be steep down and across the golf ball. There you go. You're going to see a little bit of this like chicken wing action post impact. That's just a product of the path being steep and your arms not having anywhere to go. So a lot of the things you see in your swing will be products of other things. So as you learn to golf, just understand you can attack certain things, but let's not attack them because it doesn't look pretty. Let's make sure we attack them because they're a product of other things happening. Let's get down to the dirty work. What do we do to fix the arms at the top? We're going to do two simple drills. Very, very simple. I have one contraption you probably don't own, but I will show you how to do it without the contraption here in a second. So when I do this, I have a club with a little training grip. Number one, the training grip would probably be very helpful for you in the first place. I put my hands on the club, and I've got a basket. So when I stand here, the basket kind of faces upwards towards the ceiling. And when I turn down the line, kind of points out there towards, the right side of the tee box. We can get you up to the top of your backswing, and we're going to make special note of where the basket is. So here we go. This is kind of where you like to get to. If I keep turning and extending, you notice how the basket would kind of pour like water over my right shoulder. What you like to do is you almost twist your forearms, and you would start to get the water to pour out over the top of your head. So I don't want to see that happen. I want to see the water almost pour out over your shoulder and behind you. It's going to get your forearms to rotate in a slightly different manner. Now you're thinking to yourself, I don't have a range basket. I don't have a random golf club or a shaft that I can just toss that thing on and duct tape it to. So what you're going to do, and this is going to do two things for you. It's going to help you with like your pressure points on your hands and your grip. It's also going to help you with the plane of your golf club. So I want you to take your club, put it in your left hand. With your right hand, just stick it right on the side. Flat, palm facing the side of the club. I want you to take it back. There's your takeaway. Your right hand is still just kind of floating on top of it. And then as you take it back further, I just want you to support the club with the right hand and then keep going. I want you to feel like there's some weight in that golf club at the very top. That's what I want it to look like. So then you can make your downswings and kind of keep pressing on the side of the shaft. That'll help you understand where you need to put some force. It'll also help you understand that we don't want the club over here. If you go over this way, you're going to feel your right hand get more on top, almost dumping the club over. You won't be able to control it. Give it a try, and we'll see how it goes.